Sisters and brothers, welcome back to our third special episode of Renewed, our third of 8, in which we're considering our bishop's teaching in forming consciences for faithful citizenship, helping us to prepare for the coming elections and the elections of our future. As we approach the bishop's teachings in this document, we might recall the teaching of St. Thomas Aquinas. He said, whatever is received in the mode of the receiver. If you think about a baseball glove, a catcher's mitt is shaped in order to catch a baseball, moving at a fast speed, to surround that ball. In the same way, our ears are shaped to hear the word. In the same way, sisters and brothers, whatever is received in the mode of the receiver, if our receiver is turned off, then we won't receive this teaching. So the bishops are asking us, indeed, to be open to the listening to this teaching and then discerning the way we might put this teaching into practice. Ultimately, in today's lesson, one of the things the bishops do for us is to elevate and say our individual decisions are important. And it is not just what they tell us to do, but what we discern to do that is most important in terms of political participation. Let's start with the call to political responsibility and participation, which the bishops describe as a moral obligation. Responsible citizenship is then described as a virtue, a habitual disposition to do the good. Sisters and brothers, the bishops are saying to us, the church is saying to us, we don't have the option to simply opt out of politics, to not care, to say political participation is not important. It's part of the way in which we're called to live in the world as disciples of Christ. The bishops go on. As citizens, we should be guided more by our moral convictions than by attachments to a political party or an interest group. That is, we should be listening on difficult issues, immigration, the economy, whatever those education, abortion, all of those issues that are so much an important part of the political decisions in our communities, that we should be listening first to our moral convictions and secondly to political parties. So, to be clear, we are told in paragraph 13 of forming consciences for faithful citizenship, the obligation to participate in political life is rooted in our baptismal commitment to follow Jesus Christ and to bear Christian witness in all we do. Baptism, sisters and brothers, we believe and understand baptism leaves no dimension of our life untouched by the grace of Christ and Christ's call to love and mercy. Even our political decisions. The document goes on to say that charity must animate the entire lives of the lay faithful, and their political activity lived as social charity. Our politics, economics, and social living should be grounded in love. How often, sisters and brothers, have we approached the polls, been in those lines, or sat at the table filling out our mail-in ballot and thought, how am I going to express Christ's love in what I'm about to do in voting? So let's be clear. In this document, the bishops will address us about the complex politics and voting in our country today. But again, they do not tell us for whom or for what to vote for. They go on, paragraph 7, the bishops say to us, we bishops do not intend to tell Catholics for whom or against whom to vote. We recognize that the responsibility to make choices in political life rests with each individual in the light of a properly formed conscience, and that participation goes well beyond casting a vote in a particular election. So sisters, the bishops say 3 things really importantly for us. One is that we're exercising a moral responsibility. Secondly, that in doing so, we should do so with a formed conscience. It's not about just what I think is best or what I feel is best. It's what aligns with Catholic teaching, particularly scripture and tradition, as revealed by God. That participation goes well beyond casting a vote, that our political life spills over into the way we form and inform others as well. And do we do that in love and charity? The bishops say that the obligation in shaping the moral character of society is an obligation of our faith. Imagine a society with no moral ground, with no sense of what is true, what is good. That the call of the church is to make sure that in our society, in our diverse and pluralistic society, that we still value truth and goodness. Sisters and brothers, each session will go a little bit deeper. In the next session, we'll turn to what we mean by conscience, and then we'll get down to the business of preparing our political choices for the coming elections. If we're having our consciences formed just by viewing this kind of presentation, sisters and brothers, there's a great opportunity for us to indeed be renewed.
Please like, subscribe, and comment below. God bless you.